Hello everyone, in this lecture, let's try to understand some more reasons for the downfall of the Mughal Empire. So this basically is the continuation for the lecture 1. In this lecture, let's study about the Afghan menace. Basically, I'll tell you the story very quickly. Afghanistan's basically tried to capture or get control over Mughal Empire. So they just thought of carrying out a war with the Mughals. But the first time when the Afghans actually planned to wage the war against the Mughals, Afghans kind of repelled. But the zeal to capture the Mughal Empire did not stop. So when Ahmad Shah Abdali became the ruler, the Afghans came and attacked the Mughal. So in this fight between Afghan and Mughals, it was Afghanistans who have won the war, because Afghans now captured Punjab and they even robbed Delhi. Again, remember that Delhi is one of the most important places in the Mughal Empire. So when Delhi was being robbed, it definitely impacted the Mughal Empire. And now the Mughals, what they did is the fact that they went to Marathas and they now sought help from Marathas. So now when Afghans knew that Marathas were helping Mughals, Afghans waged war against the Marathas as well. So again in this war between Afghan and Marathas, again Afghans won. Again, Abdali was the one who led the Afghan because he was basically the ruler. So in this battle of Panipat that happened in year 1761, it was Marathas who got defeated and it was Afghans who won the battle. So with this, we can say that the Mughals did decline in the northern part of India. However, remember that the Afghan menace did not last long. What happens is that the Afghan army kind of revolt against the Abdali. And now this Afghan army forces Abdali to go back to the place where he has come from. So with this revolt that was carried out by Afghan army, Abdali just returns back to Afghanistan. So with this, the Afghan menace did come to an end. In this, let's see about some of the opinions that were put forward by historians regarding the decline of Mughal. So one opinion was put forward by J.N. Sarkar and the other was put forward by TGP Spear. So T.N. Sarkar said that it was the crisis of personality that led to the decline of Mughals. He basically said that weak emperors and incompetent commanders that the Mughal army had were responsible for the downfall of the mighty Mughal Empire. But TGP Spear has a contradictory opinion. He doesn't second the statement that was given by Sarkar. He in fact starts saying that Shayad brothers, Nizamul Mulk, Abdul Samad Khan, Zakaria Khan, Sadat Khan, Safdar Ganj, Murshid Quali Khan, Savai Jai Singh were all capable leaders. So the idea that was put forward by Sarkar regarding the weak emperors was completely discarded by TGP Spear. He just said that the Mughal Empire declined because these capable personalities couldn't give the leadership that the Mughals back then wanted. Spear says that these rulers were very much capable, there's no doubt about it, but it's just that they failed to provide the leadership that was required for the empire. In fact, he starts saying that these capable rulers were more preoccupied in self-aggrandizement. That is, they were more focused about how to enhance their hegemony, that is, how to enhance their domination within their own sphere of influence. And they were very little concerned about the fate of the empire. So he says this basically is the reason for the decline of the Mughal. So these are the two ideologies that were put forward by these two historians. So now let's see about the reason for why the Mughal Empire was called the war state. Basically, the Mughal Empire did indulge in lot of wars because of the kind of administration that the Mughal Empire sought. Basically, as I have already said, Mughals tried to centralize their administrative system. So the Mughals kind of had a proper hierarchy to carry out their administration. In fact, the emperors have placed themselves on the top position. Mughal emperors said that they were the apex body, and they have placed the military aristocracy below them. So if you see, military aristocracy basically is a subordinate to the emperor. Now I'll say the meaning of aristocracy. Aristocracy basically is someone who belongs to a higher position, who is treated with a lot of respect and dignity in the society. So these aristocrats are highly influential. They were respected, no doubt, and the Mughal emperor was also highly respected. So basically, Mughals now felt that for them to be put in this position, they required the support of the military. That is, only if the military supported the Mughal empire, they felt that only then would they be able to sustain in their territory. So all that the emperors now wanted was to get the support of the military aristocracy. In order to ensure that the military supported emperor, in 16th century, Akbar felt that the military has to be loyal to the emperor. Only if the military is loyal to the emperor, only then would the emperor be able to carry out his work. So in order to ensure that the military is loyal to the emperor, Akbar proposed this new system called Mansabdari system. So remember that Mansabdari system was proposed in the later 16th century, and this was proposed by Akbar. As I've already said, the purpose of this Mansabdari system is to ensure that the military is loyal to the emperor. Now let's understand what Mansabdari system is. Now that we have understood the purpose, it's important that we understand what the Mughals have done to ensure that this purpose is upheld. So with this comes the question of what actually is meant by Mansabdari system. Basically, under this system, all the aristocrats were called Mansabdars. So everyone who were respected were called Mansabdars. So they were given this title. And every Mansabdar, which is nothing but every aristocrat, was given two ranks. One rank being Jat and the other being Savar. When Mansabdar was given this rank called Jat meant his personal rank, just the way that we have a constable, SI, CI and all today in the police department. And then the next rank is Savar. When the Mansabdar was given this rank, it basically meant the number of horsemen that he had to maintain. So based on these ranks that were given to Mansabdar, like the Jat or the Savar or both, it signified the position of the military personnel in the Mughal bureaucracy. That is, if a person was given both these ranks, it meant that he was more powerful in the Mughal administration. Of course, not as much powerful as the emperor, but he was the most powerful in this level. And for this, the Mansabdars were paid salaries, like they were given salaries. They was given salaries in the form of cash, which is called Nagdi. So if you're asked what Nagdi is, then it basically was the cash that was paid to Mansabdars as a salary. And Mansabdars were also given Jagirs. Jagir basically is an estate, meaning the land. So Mansabdars were given lands for them to be loyal to the emperor and for them to provide the military service to this emperor. And then is the concept of Jama. If you're asked what Jama is, then remember that it basically signifies the estimated revenue income. The estimated income revenue. That is how much the Mansabdars got is what the Jama signified. So it basically includes the salary of the military personals, and it also included the allowances that were given to the soldiers and horses. So it's a very interesting thing, that is the maintenance allowance was also given to this horse. And since we've talked something about the Jagirs, let's understand what kind of Jagirs were given to Mansabdars. Jagir, as I've already said, is an estate, and Jagirs basically was of two types, the Tanka Jagir and the Watan Jagir. Tanka Jagir was the transferable Jagir. So if the Mansabdar was given this Tanka Jagir, it meant that he could transfer this estate to some other person that he intended to. And most of the times, Tanka Jagir was given to Mansabdars. And also remember, there was this other category of Jagir called the Watan Jagir. Watan Jagir basically meant the non-transferable Jagirs. So once a Mansabdar is given Watan Jagir, it meant that he would become the chief of that. And it also meant that he could not give this Jagir to any other person. So Watan Jagirs are non-transferable Jagirs, and these were given to powerful Rajas and Zamindars so that they would join the Mughal system. Basically understand that Mughal did indulge in waging lot of wars, and they had this intention of capturing all its neighboring territories for expanding their own territory. So what these people have done is that they have waged war against their territory, against their adjacent they have waged war on the territories that were adjacent to their empire, and they tried to capture these Rajas and Zamindars by providing them the estate, and they made these people the chiefs of the Watan Jagir. So with this, Mughals were kind of successful in enhancing their territory. So that is it. I would like to stop this lecture with this. And again, I will highly recommend you to go through the page 2 of the book titled Plassey to Partition. Thank you.